Hi everyone, welcome to EVE Talk, your weekly look at the EVE Online markets. I'm your host, delonewolf, and you can probably tell from my voice that I still have a bit of a cold, but I'm slowly battling my way through it, and hopefully it won't take too long. In the meantime, the EVE duels are a bit on hold because I'm testing out the live streaming on Twitch TV, and then getting those videos over here with the highlights feature and stuff like that. So it's really a bit just busy at the moment, and I don't really have time to think too much about fits and to do a lot of duels, but I'm sure I'll do more of those later on. Anyways, for EVE Talk, you're here for the market, so let's open up the market window and have a look. I think I'll keep this one decently short, so let's have a look straight away at titanium. 562, 566 in station, 561 for the buyers. That's definitely down from last week, and you can also see it on the chart right there. Titanium price is going down, very interesting. Let's move on to pyrite, which have reached their top and now are heading back down as well. Let's have a quick look at the prices of those. 14.99, 14.90, something like that. So around 15 ISK is what the price of pyrite is, but that one also seems to have started a correction. Pretty interesting. Mixalon definitely down, as you can see from the chart. Let's have a quick look here. 48, 44. I've known it to be at 64, unbelievable, and 48.08 for the buyers. So yeah, I definitely see the beginning of a downtrend in the high-sec minerals here. I think this is a good measure of the high-sec mining activity. So I would say definitely at this point more and more people are starting to get in their retrievers that have started with the expansion and with the big fight that has drawn in a lot of players, and so the supply is going up, which means that the prices are going down. I think that's the reason we're seeing these lower mineral prices, which is of course not very good if you're mining yourself at the moment, but keep in mind that this is also potentially an opportunity. Just stock up your minerals, try and buy some cheap ones when you can, yeah, it might just return a nice profit over time. Let's have a quick look at the Drake. Surprisingly, the Drake going up well above 50 million, so 52,384, 50 million for the buyers. So yeah, 52 million for the sell orders on Drakes. A bit surprising that that one is going up, but very nice for the Drake itself, of course, and if you're in the Drake business, because it's been below 50 million for quite a while. Let's have a quick look at the Maelstrom. 206 for the sellers. I think that's stable. Yeah, that's definitely pretty stable. So excuse me, I would expect that these prices of these Tech 1 chips might drop a little bit once the drop in the low-end minerals comes through here as well in the production cycles. So that's something to keep an eye out for. If stuff like titanium and pyrite continue to drop, and Mexalon, and you start to see a drop in the Drake and in the larger battleships as well, like the Maelstrom, that's definitely a sign that there's more supply than demand, in my opinion, and that prices have begun on a structural decline towards a new balance. Let's have a quick look at the Tech 2 market then. Just a quick look at the Guardian. Where is it? Right there. Surprisingly stable with a slight uptrend there, although you can still see that 5-day moving average hopping above and below that 20-day moving average. So I'll just have a quick look at the margins on the logistics cruisers. So margin on the Guardian 125, 131. So that's just 6 million, not enough in my opinion. Basilisk 122, 127, 5 million, not enough in my opinion. Oneros 136, 141, 5 million. Scimitar 128, 134, just 6 million. So yeah, definitely in my opinion, the Tech 2 logistics market seems to be a lot more stable, and so less trade worthy. So let's see if that battle cruiser command ship market is a bit different. 13 million on the Absolution. It is twice as expensive though, so I'd say that's not enough. Nothing on the Damnation. The Nighthawk, not enough. The Vulture, 20 million on the Vulture. Oh, you could maybe with 20 million, yeah, we could maybe do something. Here the Astarte, 205, 226, then 230. So that's a bit more, but I do suspect that that it's not traded as much. Let's see if I can find show table. Maybe 10 a day, something like that. Yeah, decently interesting, but not that high either. EOS 17 million, I'd say that's not enough. Claymore, what's the margin here? Nope, not enough. Sleipnir, nope, nothing. Yeah, so maybe a bit of trade can be done in the Gallente command ships and perhaps the Nighthawk as well. No, not the Nighthawk. Perhaps the Vulture as well. But yeah, surprisingly enough, the Tech 2 market seems to have stabilized quite a bit. And I wouldn't say that there's a lot of trade-worthy stuff going on there at the stuff I've been looking at. Let's have a look at melted nanoribbons. 5.8 million, 5.5 for the buyers, so that should be an uptrend chart, definitely. Very interesting, prices in Tech 3 going up. Let's have a quick look at the Tengu. Well, still going down below 180, so it doesn't really seem to have had a big impact on the Tengu just yet, but we can maybe have a quick look at the strategic cruiser prices. Legion still down. Proteus, yes, still pretty stable, and Loki, well, there's a bit more speculation on the Loki, but still pretty stable below 200 million. So yes, it's a bit surprising. Melted nanoribbons are going up, but the ships aren't following just yet. Let's have a quick look at the Gallente fuel blocks then, which are still stable below 14k. Nothing to see there. Melted, no, that was not. Technetium, yeah, there you go, except for that speculative bubble. It's back below 80k, so yeah, I don't expect these two to move unless things change drastically because of CCP intervention. Let's end up here with the Plex. There you go, back on an uptrend, definitely on the 5-day moving average. I'll move to the 3-month chart so it's a bit more visible. And just around 500 million does seem to have been the bottom, 510 for the 10-day moving average. Keep in mind I've bought 7 Plex at an average price below 500 million. So that's very good news. And this is the 1-year chart. Prices in Jita, 502 for the buyers, 514 for the sellers. So with sellers you already have a decent amount of profit. And for now we're going to have to wait if FanFest is going to have an impact on the Plex prices or not, and then keep an eye out on these prices towards the summer expansion. Perhaps there will already be a sell opportunity there for a few Plex to take some profit, but honestly I'm looking at that big movement up here towards the winter expansion, and I do think it will be mirrored again next year. So pretty short one. One thing to keep in mind as well over the upcoming weeks and months is that we might get a lot more news on integration of Dust 514 and the EVE Online economy. I know from a blog around Dust 514 that Dust clones will actually be a tradable commodity within the Dust universe, so it's going to be interesting to see if there will be a market for that in the EVE Online marketplace as well. And of course then there's the vehicles, the weapons, and Dust Mercs will actually have the ability to own planets and districts and thus produce, at first I think it's just their own clones, but that can then be conquered, and yeah, it seems like a very interesting mechanic. I'll probably do a separate video on the dev blog itself later on, but it looks very promising and potentially the first steps of the integration of the Dust economy and the EVE Online economy as well, which I do think will be a major opportunity for EVE Online players to make some ISK or to expand their influence by hiring Dust Mercs into their corporation, and yeah, all those new mechanics could become very, very interesting in my opinion. Anyways, that's it for this EVE talk, and I'll see you all next time.